Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you guys follow me, you know I already did a video where I went ahead and changed the spark plugs for you guys, but it has been years. So I wanted to go ahead and do an updated one. This is going to be a spark plug change out for the 4G63 on the Evo 8s, 9s, all that good stuff. Really easy, really basic, but this will go ahead and give you a few tips, a few pointers. Yeah, we're just going to change the 4 spark plugs on each cylinder right now. All you're going to need tool-wise is going to be a ratchet, a 10mm, and a 3/4 socket with an extension as well. So super easy. Let's get into it. Okay, so normally you would have a cover here. There are 10mm bolts. I believe there's only 4 on this one. So you'll just take those off and then the cover will pop right off, and then you will have this exposed exactly here. You're gonna go ahead and have wire, and coil. There are 3 10mm bolts on each of these coil packs. I only have 2 on one. We'll just ignore that. We're just gonna go ahead and start by unplugging these coil packs and then unbolting these bolts. So right here, it's just a really, really easy plug. All you have to do is push down on this plug and slide it off. Some of these are gonna be a little bit trickier if your car has been sitting for a while, like mine. So you're really gonna have to use a little bit of force, but make sure you're careful with it because you don't wanna break anything. Sometimes you can use a little flathead to give yourself a little bit of assistance, and also these things are in the way, so it makes it a little bit more difficult on this side. Just use a flathead to kind of wiggle it off, and there you go. That side is off, and now we're going to do this side. Kind of hard with nails. I don't recommend nails. There you go. Now she's off. I would suggest taking and unplugging the boots first before you unbolt it off, just because they're stuck in place already, so might as well just pull them off, you know. And again, they might be kind of stuck on there, so a little assistance. Make sure not to damage them, or you can damage them if you want. You're just gonna have to replace them. But this one was stuck on there a little bit, so we're just gonna unplug that and then unplug this one. Just give it a little bit of a wiggle, give it some help, motivate it a little bit. There she goes. Now she's off. And then I'm going to go ahead and unbolt the coil packs themselves. So when you take off these coil packs and these boots, you're going to feel a little bit of a vacuum that is normal. So you're going to need to wiggle and pry them out. Just make sure you're not yanking on them. This one I was able to pop off already. This one, you don't want to pull on the cord and just yank it out. You want to get it from the base just to make sure that you don't damage the wires. But it does take some effort. She really doesn't want to come out. That one lives there. We're going to move on. I mean, this one has a grip, so I can pop this one out pretty easily. Mm-hmm. You know? But,
do you want me to try the other one?
Yeah, please. Let me just try this one. See. Maybe it's just that one. Maybe it's just cylinder 3. Maybe if I just yank on the wire like I told everybody not to do. Yeah, I can't do it. Is it even like moving at all?
There you go.
Oh, thank God. That's clean. Thank you. Yeah, so apparently it's a lot harder than I remember.
There you go.
Perfect. Okay, cool. So what's telling me is none of these are covered in oil, so that means I don't have any oil leaks, which is great. Okay, so I did forget to tell you that basically you don't want to drop these spark plugs. These Iridium NGKs should be already pre-gapped, so you don't have to worry about the gap on here, which is the space between the little tip and this other little tip. My car terms are immaculate. I don't know if you can tell. And also, I did lie to you. The 3/4 was the size of it, but does not work because the socket is too short and you need a deeper socket. So we went ahead and got a spark plug socket. This one is a 13/16, which fits perfectly on the spark plug. And its purpose is to have a little rubber piece in there to keep the socket from falling out. They shouldn't be hard to break loose either, just because you're not supposed to be really torquing them in there. It's an aluminum head, so you will strip it a lot easier, and you don't want it to go righty-tighty, righty-loosey. They are a little bit charred. It's been a minute since I've replaced the spark plugs on it, so I'm glad that I'm doing this now. And it's always good to make sure that your motor is not hot when you do this, because like I said, it is an aluminum head, and if you do it on an aluminum head when it is hot, you are most likely to strip something. It's easier to strip something. And now that we have all of our spark plugs in, we're gonna go ahead and do basically all the steps that we did to take everything out. We're gonna do it the opposite way to put everything back together. Super easy, super simple, no need to over torque. Don't go crazy ham down there. It doesn't need to be 100 foot-pounds of torque. Just make sure that they're snug and a little hand tight, kind of like a oil drain plug. You could look up the torques on there. I personally don't know the torque specs, but you should be fine with over a little snug. And then just go ahead and put the coils back where they belong. You gotta make sure that you push down on them again because you gotta create that vacuum seal. Yeah, thank you. After all that glory work, you should be all good. Everything is plugged in. Just make sure that your boots are connected properly, really snug in there, really pushed in there, making sure all the connections are properly put together. And you're all set. Good to roll. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.